Hello everyone. Today is Tuesday, March 26th, 2024 at 7:20 p.m. in the evening. Well, I have some things to say, but excuse me, I don't have a whole lot to say about exactly what happened today, um but I mean I might end up rambling on for a while, but so I ended up having a free night um last night, thankfully, you know. Excuse me. um so with the like a couple of people pitched in, you know, between I guess yesterday and today. And thanks so much, y'all. Y'all know who y'all are. So the donation from later yesterday evening, since I got a free night last night, I ended up using that money for today. I almost didn't get the free night last night, but the donation money, I used it for another night for tonight. But far as I know, I would end up back on the streets tomorrow. So I got much needed rest. And but I woke up with some harassing messages on YouTube and elsewhere. Excuse me. So, well, yeah, so last night, yeah, they were causing me fake Charlie horses in my legs, and they squeezed my organs when I was taking a shower. And then I went to bed after midnight. It was somewhere between midnight and 1 o'clock in the morning, and I don't remember if I woke up like before 8:15 in the morning. I know that much. So since I mean, if it weren't for the free night, you know, somebody pitched in and helped at last minute. So I saw it was mostly dry this morning, but I did see some puddles on the ground, like as if it really did rain in the middle of the night. But it was crazy windy yesterday, where the wind pretty much pushed me so hard. And I've had moments where I've been in like windy weather and the weather would pick me up and throw me. Even it could be like a sunny day. It could be sunny and super windy and no tornado forecast or whatever, but it could be really windy and the wind would pick me up and throw me. Now, I recently heard of a situation where there was a girl, I don't remember how old she was, that she sustained serious injuries from being like picked up and thrown by the wind. So yeah, the wind was pushing me yesterday and nearly picked me up and threw me. And it's even worse when you're near water, like when you're near a body of water and it's so windy and stuff. It makes me afraid that the wind would pick me up and throw me in the water, and I would drown and y'all never hear from me again. So excuse me. But well, I had the banana nut muffin and apple juice for breakfast this morning, and I paid for another room, but I paid for the room first before, you know, I got the breakfast. And they had a perp with a red shirt and black shorts or pants that walked out of the lobby right after I walked in. And then there was another guy, he was perping with a red hat and had a multicolored shirt, and I don't remember what kind of pants. Excuse me. So, but this room has gnats in it. Gnats. Like when I first came up in here yesterday, well, last night, they had gnats already in here. This was my first time in this room. But they had gnats in here already. And they don't have a shower curtain. It seems like the air conditioner, don't like the air conditioner in this room. And the light doesn't turn on in that area by the where you you know, by the sink area, you know. But so I was so tired that I slept this morning from like about 10 o'clock in the morning all the way until about 4 o'clock in the afternoon. My sleep was kind of spotty, but I guess I very much needed that sleep and that rest, you know. Excuse me. But yeah. And so it wasn't until like this morning somebody made a fake account talking about justice for Raven, talking about the biological niece Raven. And you know, so it's like they're harassing me about Raven, harassing me about Red Velvet Cake. Get that from my twin sister, you know. So her cult followers keep harassing me about Raven. And then when I defend my innocence, they lie and say that I'm a sicko that's obsessed. So there's no justice on my end because I never did Raven anything. And then I got attacked even harder for like this past July when I told everything in detail about the truth about what happened with everything with the situation with Raven. And then I got heavily attacked, and then the next morning, like they wiped out my TikTok accounts. Then the next morning, somebody made like attempted murder and threats at me the next morning when I was living in Bloomington, Texas. And it's like all these like vicious attacks when I told in detail the truth about everything that happened, you know, with Raven and everything. And as I said, I'm defending my innocence with that too. They're making my eye itch right here. And so the fake Aquarian Doris perp came to harass me, and she tried to discredit me about being hit with directed energy weapons, you know. And then the perps who like to be deceived and deceive themselves and believe lies, and she's like, oh yeah, and you wonder why people in the TI community block you and everything because, oh, they see through your bullshit and this and that or whatever. And she falsely accused me of lying about being hit with directed energy weapons or whatever, you know, and falsely accusing me of being a fake TI. But she's a perp that's the perp that bragged about making the false police call that landed me wrongfully in jail. And now I have to fight a criminal charge because she lied on me. And then she was bragging about how her demons never fail her. Excuse me. After you lied on me and got me wrongfully arrested and you're still harassing me? So, yeah, the regular perps even try to turn regular TIs against me and have them, to turn against and betray me and then join in on the vigilante attacks like what happened Sunday. And so, if they're turning TIs into perps, and then the so-called TIs that's acting like perps, they'll claim that they're still targeted while they're perping and abusing you more brutally than the regular perps. And so, excuse me, I ordered, since I figured that it was so hard and I almost lost hope yesterday. I was losing hope yesterday for getting any help with a room out of the rain. And so, yeah, the fact that I saw puddles on the ground this morning, yeah, it did rain last night. So, what was I supposed to do having nowhere to go and then being rained on? So, excuse me, then, I put in the community post screenshots of where the fake Darnell Williams perp he illegally found out one of my important addresses that people in the TI community don't even know. My email addresses that people in the TI community don't even know. But how do you illegally find out my email address? And I know that, because at first I fell for it and was spooked and upset, and I'm like, I know that they're lying on me. I know I'm innocent, and then I try to think, critically, and excuse me, and I tried to, and so it's like Joseph Kamut and fake Darnell Williams, they're both the same person, the same gang stalker, pretending to be multiple people. So what happened was, they sent me I know that a real lawyer from a legitimate law firm would not be emailing me at 4 o'clock in the morning. So the email was sent at 4:11 a.m. to illegally sending me fake emails that you don't even have authorization to have possession of my emails. And I wish y'all would go to jail for that, because that's malicious intent. And it's ridiculous that people are calling on 3 years of jail for gang stalking when, these motherfuckers need 30 years to life in prison for gang stalking people. That's what y'all need, not 3 years in jail. Y'all need 30 years to life in prison. Y'all motherfuckers need to be put on death row. How about that? So, excuse me. So then, even though I'm from New Orleans, but the fake Darnell Williams perp was posing as a lawyer, and put up a fake email and made it sound fake legitimate. If you're retarded enough that you play childish games, but the email you would have thought sounded like a legitimate, mature lawyer or something, but that was all fabricated and made up. that y'all got grown adults that got time to play childish games at 4 o'clock in the morning. So they falsely, and it's like they falsely accused me of selling bootleg CDs from a New Orleans local celebrity that I've never even heard of before. Even though I'm from New Orleans, but I never heard of this musician before. And excuse me. Oh, they made sure that they make an example out of a dead celebrity. And so I never heard of this musician before, and nobody in New Orleans really sells bootleg CDs. Nobody sells bootleg CDs anymore. Yeah, when I was trying to I meant to say I was trying to give away Christian gospel, like my true DVD for Christians. I was trying to give them like made CDs with my own money and made copies of DVDs or whatever, and would pass them out for free. And you know, I would pass them out, and then, you know, people be like, well, nobody uses CDs and DVDs no more. Get with the program. Nobody's using CDs or DVDs anymore. You know, so it's 2024. Almost a decade ago, people were telling me nobody uses CDs or DVDs no more. So everything's all on our phones now, you know. So like the fake Darnell Williams perp lied and said that you know, made a fake lawsuit email. You know, there was a fake lawsuit email about you know, falsely accusing me of selling bootleg CDs of a dead celebrity, a dead New Orleans musician. And it's like, you know, at first, and then I looked and I went to see if this Mike Hunt Burns was the real person. Well, I just saw one Facebook profile of a profile of a homeless man, and there's no lawyer named Mike Hunt Burns in New Orleans. That I Google search, there's no lawyer with that name in New Orleans. So, you know, that's how I got tricked and scammed in 2007, and I ended up in jail with the guy posing as a woman, and what other people would call such a beautiful and attractive woman, you know. And it's like he was using voice over IP, and it's like, well, wait a minute, you're a woman. You showed me a picture of a woman, but you're an actual man, you know. But I don't even know if the guy who scammed me online got prosecuted, because I was gonna end up doing, I don't remember if it was 10 years and 10 years of federal prison and pay $10,000, or 20 years of federal prison and $20,000. I don't remember. But like, when I'm glad that they released me the next day after going to jail in 2007, and the defense attorney said next time it won't be in immersion. So she said next time it won't be you know, an accident or whatever. And I didn't even realize about, you know, people writing fake checks and scamming others, and then so many victims, the victims end up going to jail. You know, about people scamming other people online and writing fake checks, and then the victim goes to cash it and then end up getting arrested. So I had no idea about that being a big scam going on. So, that guy was probably a perp. you know. So 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 it's like you play games with people's lives and destroy people's lives, and when they get in trouble and stuff, or you kick back and laugh and think this shit is funny. So as I said, like in the beginning, I was confused. I was a days of sleep deprived, and I was confused. And when the cops came and confronted me, I knew it was a gang. I figured that I knew it was a gang stalking prank, because they did that before. And now I have to fight a criminal charge, and that fake public offender is telling me that I'm not going to win. Or that he's basically making it like as if I'm not allowed the option to take this to trial. And he was like, in the beginning, he was so coercive and pushy about how I should do jail time. And so when gang stalkers sit there and lie on you, and you're suffering punishment because gang stalkers are lying on you, and your life is being ruined because they lied on you. I mean, as I said, I did not know that the state would even own, that house. I didn't realize that it belonged to anyone. But if I would have known, then I would not have. If I would have known what the law was, I would not have making that mistake. I mean, I would not have made that mistake. I'm sorry, I'm still sleep deprived. I would not have made that mistake. But they won't even have any mercy or compassion on me at all. At all. And excuse me, and now everybody's telling me go get a job like it's so easy. But I mean, it's like it's not even easy for me to get a job. And it's like I'm feeling traumatized by the workplace mobbing at Piccadilly. I need some time off and need to rest and process. Excuse me. And that was my first time working in over a year. The gang stalkers sabotaged my attempts at job opportunities. I had at least 2 or 3 job opportunities when I was living in Bloomington, and to try to go get jobs in Victoria. Gang stalkers sabotaged each job. So, and everybody's putting me under this pressure to find a job or find housing now. And that's not even realistic due to me being targeted. And now I have a false criminal charge I have to fight. And then they want to try to coerce me and bully me into pleading guilty. And trying to tell the fake public offender is trying to make it like as if I don't have the option or the free will to plead not guilty and take this to trial. So he's part of the gang stalking too. The fact that, he's so like pushy about wanting me to be undeservingly punished and serve time in jail. And everybody else is saying 30 days, and the fake Aquarian Dora's purpose using that Masonic 33 and saying 33 days in jail. When she shouldn't even have, if you're a random stalker online, you shouldn't even have that power or authority. And then she was the one who was talking about that I should make the right decision and join the kingdom of darkness. But I heard that people use jail to try to jail is a good trap to try to manipulate people into selling out. And I wish that, the stuff that I'm fighting and struggling with now, y'all making me more angry with trying to forcefully order me to ignore the stalkers. And for y'all to tell me ignore them, it's triggering and upsetting for me. Stop telling me that. Because I'm sitting here getting in all kinds of trouble because of them doing shit to me and telling so many lies on me. I've been wrongfully banned from places because they lied on me. Or they lied, or like so much help has been cut off from me. I lost so much support and everything because stalkers lie, and fake TI perps as well, making up lies on me. Excuse me. So when they have narcissistic control freak fake TI perps falsely accusing me of perping them when they're doing it to me and using projection, and they got narcissistic personalities also, just like the regular perps. But I don't know if the fake TI perps are straight up psychopaths, but some of them be like narcissistic abusers and sociopaths. And but some of the gang stalkers, I think that they're like pathological psychos. Excuse me. And and I'm also sick and tired of religious narcissists dishing out unsolicited advice and telling me what Bible scriptures to read and how many times to read it and read it this and read that, or they make these false assumptions that I'm going through what I'm going through because I don't know Jesus Christ. They just automatically assume that you're living in full of sin and don't know Jesus, or as if you don't have Jesus in your life. Or they will have this false assumption that, take your life to Jesus and all your attacks will go away. And that's not how it works. Excuse me. So it's like the closer you get to Jesus, the harder Satan will attack you. But I heard, that the truth that Satan will back off on attacking you when you're lukewarm, or if you're serving him, then he will back off. But if you're trying to get closer to Jesus Christ, then he will attack you even harder. And the religious narcs, fake Christian narcissistic abusers who got elitist mentality and think that they're better or think they're superior, they will they I don't feel comfortable with people trying to be very bossy and controlling about how giving unsolicited advice on how and when to pray and this or that or whatever. But you see me suffering, you motherfuckers won't even help. And certain people pretend to fake help just for the purpose of trying to control you. But as I said, if they have empathic people who support and help without any strings attached, or without feeling like you gotta have something held over your head, or without making you feel indebted, those are the people I appreciate, But for people to just who barely know me to just flood my videos on any social media or flood my tweets or whatever on Twitter or whatever with so much unsolicited advice on their version or their fake opinion on how I should serve God and read the Bible. When y'all don't even really care about me at all. And I heard that 777 is just like a fake nice version of 666, you know. And I see a lot of people in the so-called TI community claiming to be Christian and using 777. And or they would profess to be Christian and using one eye symbolism. And then they will make like I'm a bad person that's ungrateful and unappreciative, or they'll make it like as if I'm such a horrible person because I called them out. So even this morning, the fake Aquarian Doris perp and the fake Darnell Williams perp were both harassing me this morning on YouTube. Excuse me. So I got out of a cult, and and they have certain people who try to bully and pressure you to go to church. And going to church, you end up dealing with more people that's going to gang stalk you. If they have gang stalking witches in your church, excuse me. So anyway, but I had it's like ever since after the jail incident, now everybody's harassing me about how I should ignore the stalkers. And it's triggering and upsetting for y'all to don't tell me ignore. But then when I ask for advice and help, people ignore me, or when I ask for advice that I really need, I get ignored. But they have people who dish out unsolicited advice that will, even if it's not Bible or Christian related, any narcissistic controlling people that would dish out unsolicited advice that would make themselves feel better and set you up for failure and to be hurt even more. It's like they're trying to make you give you unsolicited advice on how to punish and torture yourself. And then they get upset when you don't accept their advice. Excuse me. Or they will try to demand that you do what they tell you to do. And then other religious narcs will jump on your case and say that you shouldn't put your faith in man. But they know the Bible scriptures, but they'll tell you how to serve the Bible, but they're hypocritically not following themselves. Like, if you tell me that I shouldn't be listening to Aaliyah's music, or I'm going to go straight to hell and burn, but then 5 minutes later you're listening to Silk's Lose Control, or if you listen to Silk's song Freak Me, or Girl You For Me, or something like that. Or if you tell me, not to listen to Mary J. Blige song Not Gonna Cry, or TLC Red Light Special, but then you go and listen to a song from Lil Uzi Vert, which is subliminal for Lucifer, about 10 minutes later, after you berate and condemn me about how I shouldn't listen to Chris Brown, excuse me. So if you call me fat and greedy for eating a brownie or cake, but then you hypocritically 600 pounds, or you tell me I'm going to go to hell for eating a Subway sandwich. But I just since the fact that I figured that I don't think anybody's gonna help me with hotel room tomorrow. For tomorrow, I'll be surprised if I did get help. Excuse me. But so I'll be surprised if I did get help. And it's like people catch me at my lowest when I'm most so-called vulnerable. And then it's like all the narcs that want to control disguise as help. And they want to love bomb and manipulate and hold stuff over my head and make me feel indebted. It seems like as if like when I'm at my lowest, all the narcs come out of the woodwork, whether fake Christian narcs or secular worldly narcs that want to try to control and pretend to fake rescue me out of my situation. Either that or people that's excuse me, either that or people that's wait till I'm at my lowest to try to offer me fake sellout deals. Even after the jail situation, they have people, perps, trying to offer me fake sellout deals. But why call somebody a public defender if they're supposed to be defending you? But no, y'all call yourselves a public defender, but y'all defending the prosecution. And without even trying to listen to the defendant. No, I did not know that that house belonged to the state, or that abandoned or vacant houses belong to the state. Now I know, but at the time I did not know that. It's like you know absolutely nothing about me, so how can you tell me what I know? If you don't know me and it's your first time talking to me, you don't even know my face, you don't know my history. I made a phone call and told you what happened, and you just think you know about my life more than I do. Fake lawyer, fake public offender, or what people say, public pretender. But I'm too poor or don't have the money for a freaking a criminal defense lawyer that will look into investigate all of this, even the gang stalking scam prank behind my wrongful arrest. And that's what the gang stalking network, a lot of the times they set the target up to be a victim of police brutality or to be murdered by cops. We live in a country where people have gotten arrested or gone to jail for preaching the gospel on Bourbon Street. I saw videos about that a long time ago, about 7 or 8 years ago. Yeah, I saw videos about that. Excuse me. So you would rather somebody flash boobs on Bourbon Street and you smile, and that's okay. But the moment somebody starts spreading the gospel on Bourbon Street, downtown New Orleans, oh, you take them to jail or prison. Those filthy, nasty, dirty jails that's considered uncleanable. That's why when I got out of jail, like the next day I was extremely sick. And it took me almost 2 weeks to get over and heal from the sickness, from feeling so sick. And I took no medication. I took the bentonite clay in my green supplement. And I tried to take some coconut oil too, But eventually, I gotten over whatever sickness I had, But I don't know if it was the food that made me sick. Either the food or the air inside the jail, or if it was the filthy, dirty mattress, Like almost every single mattress at that jail had like a light coating of blood. And they won't clean. They keep the jails, the beds and everything. They just keep everything dirty. And the food was so nasty you couldn't even eat it. I pretty much nearly puked my whole guts out. The food was so disgusting. And it's like you there's a spirit full of a bunch of devil spirits in that Gretna jail. Excuse me. So if they're saying that a criminal conviction is but ruin you to the point where you can't even get jobs. But like if you're targeted and blacklisted, even without any criminal record, can't get a job nowhere. Nobody will hire. It will be hard to get home, a place to live, and jobs being targeted, even if you don't have a criminal record. You know, and the online stalkers are bragging about how I would end up with more jail. Okay, so here goes David Jane posing as Leslie Wong. Yeah, somebody's coaching David Jane on what to say. But I will make sure in that courtroom, you know, I'm not going to let them make me plead guilt, try to coerce me into pleading guilty in community service. No, motherfuckers, I will fight. And I will make sure that you hear what I got to say about gang stalking. Those cops need to be prosecuted. Now that fake Officer Flanders came on the scene being defensive, talking about nobody's gang stalking. You motherfucker, if you know what gang stalking is? The fact that you came on the scene, the situation with those 5 boys. The fact that you came on the scene talking about nobody's gang stalking you, and then you wrongfully banned me, wrongfully trespassed me from that by the old Gretna Ferry. I heard that it has to be put in writing. And they always want to threaten you with jail, or mainly jail. You know, they want to make jail threats or threats to get you locked up in a mental institution. And then let those 5 criminals, those boys, get away. Those boys were threatening me with jail and institutionalization. And y'all just sat there and let them get away with intentional crimes. So now David Jane is pretending to be Leslie Wong and harassing me. It's 8:04 p.m. right now. Excuse me. So yeah, with those 5 boys threatening me with jail that day, then the fake Aquarian Doris perp or whoever else conspired to lie on me about that house and got me wrongfully jailed. And now I'm seeing all over the news people talking about squatters. I didn't even break or enter into the house. And people saying that doesn't matter. Well, if it was in Florida or any other state, it would matter. Because other cities and states said that criminal intent matters. But only in Louisiana, they're saying that it doesn't matter whether you knew or not, or it doesn't matter whether or not you had any intent. I did not have criminal intent, you know, and I didn't know that the house belonged to anyone. No, the house was unlivable. And it's like, who the hell were trying to sell an unlivable house, and why? I mean, I don't know if they're selling it to some people who could get it all fixed up or whatever, you know. Excuse me, but I was, me being homeless on the streets and having nowhere to go and just trying to find some place that I thought was legal and safe. But the fake public offender telling me that for me to say that I won't make that mistake again, he's trying to say that's irrelevant or it doesn't matter. Why? Why not? And it's like he's so pushy about wanting me to go to jail. They got a sinister plan for this jail thing. But I heard that the deferred prosecution is like a slavery trap. It's like a debt slave trap. You know. So I got this held over my head for me to tell him about the gang stalkers lying on me and playing a prank, and he's like, all that doesn't matter. Like, nothing I say matters. You just want me in jail no matter what. And trying to spook and scare me, saying that the judge is heavy-handed on prosecuting and punishing people. Well, that judge is probably an ungodly judge. You know, somebody that's conformed to the world and doesn't care about the real God. And gonna be surprised that all the mercy that you didn't show on people, that the real God in heaven, don't be surprised, whoever this judge is, don't be surprised that when God won't show mercy on you, because you're an unmerciful fake judge. So how many innocent people are in jail or prison because y'all have the fake Gretna, y'all have the sinister agenda to just prosecute everybody, that everybody's guilty, nobody gets cases dismissed. Really? I never heard of anything like that nobody gets cases dismissed. Something needs to change. They need to get rid of that judge and get somebody that's fair, rather than somebody that's a power-hungry egomaniac, narcissistic abuser. But I won't respect or honor police officers, court judges, and lawyers that don't respect or honor me. Well, I mean, I'm not looking for honor, but you don't respect me, I'm not going to respect you either. That's not fair. Y'all won't even listen to me or listen to my explanation. No, it's not excuses. I'm telling you the freaking truth. Excuse me. So, but yeah, any of you motherfuckers supportive enough to bail me out of jail, or or help pay for me? Like, anybody gonna put up a GoFundMe or something to fight for me, a real criminal defense lawyer that's gonna help me beat the case or get this case dismissed, and for me to sue Gretna police for their abuse and attempted murder and false arrest? All because I try to you tell me to leave, and then immediately you tell me don't leave, and I'm trying to grab my stuff, and then you draw flashlights on me and make me fearful that it was a gun at first. And they whipped out those flashlights so fast that I don't know if they were gonna tase or shoot me, and they had murder on their fucking minds. Women posing as men, they had murder on their minds. So David Jane is posing as Leslie Wong and making a bunch of fake comments on YouTube. I knew David Jane since 2012, and they turned him into a gang stalker, and he's not acting like the David Jane that I knew for 4 years. Well, for 6 years. And so, excuse me, he had been gang stalking me since 2021, been perping me online. And I think that they're coaching him on what to do. So, David is acting like out of character. So, any post that you see with someone with the fake name Leslie Wong, that's gang stalker comments. That's full of lies. And y'all tell me to ignore the stalkers, but y'all be the first to fall for the lies and persecute and have the big vigilante attacks and vigilante hate. So y'all telling me to ignore, but then y'all listen to the perps and betray and turn against me. So the fake Darnell Williams perp might be the mastermind behind why so many people in the TI community on TikTok had turned against and betrayed me. And I have a false bad reputation in the TI community that they falsely accused me of being a perp. But if I was a real perp, I would be popular and well liked. I wouldn't be isolated with hardly any support. So, excuse me, if I was a perp, I wouldn't be fighting a criminal charge right now. If I was a perp, I wouldn't be homeless, suffering homelessness. But then they got homeless perps as well. I'll be forgetting about that. But what are you homeless for if you're gang stalking people? I heard that's because they be the druggies. Excuse me. So, if people saying ignore the perps and don't give them your attention, but y'all be the first to fall for their lies, and then have y'all fake vigilante attacks against me. And y'all the ones pretending to be Christian, bullying me about Bible scriptures, and then, perping with the red shirts, and, perping with the red shirts, using number 777, and having one eye symbolism in your or devil horns or 666 hand signs, excuse me, but yeah, the online stalkers are altering pictures of me and making other TIs falsely believe that I'm a perp or turn to the other side, and I haven't. But I got out of the cult that I grew up in called Institute of Divine Metaphysical Research. And with the fake IDMR cult, I'm not even sure what role they play in my gang stalking. But the fake foster mom Adrian Felder got me on the gang stalking list. So, excuse me, I ordered Jimmy John's for dinner. I had no lunch because I slept like all day. And so I had, because I've been sleep deprived the previous days. So I had Jimmy John's for dinner. And, it seemed like they drenched my sandwich and, like, doused and drenched my sandwich in so much oil. I'm like, y'all trying to give me a heart attack or something? And I accidentally spilled my lemonade. Like, almost all of it. And only like 2 ounces, I think, was saved in the cup. But, like, the entire cup accidentally fell on the floor. Excuse me, of the lemonade. And so, damn, like, the prices are really going up, because I remember, like, even 4 years ago, I would order Jimmy John's, and I could order something from Jimmy John's and it'd be like no more than $10 for the whole delivery and everything. But now I just spent like almost $20 on a Jimmy John's order. Excuse me. So, but I don't. I mean, I don't think I'll get any help to stay here tomorrow. So it look like tomorrow I have to check out of here and go back on the streets and be in danger. Excuse me. And it's odd to have, like, not one family member to care about me, or to believe me, or sympathize, or understand about me being targeted. So, excuse me. But yeah, like, they drink like so much oil on my food that I couldn't even eat I only ate like a couple of bites of the brownie and couldn't even eat it all. But I had the chips in the sandwich, and my drink accidentally wasted because, well, they put some tape on top of the lid of the drink, I guess, to prevent it from spilling. And then when I tried to take the tape off, or try to remove the tape, the drink accidentally fell over and spilled. So, with me trying to take the tape off, the drink accidentally fell over and spilled. So yeah, they're saying that this hotel has a weekly rate of $566 a week. But at the in-town suites, that was under $400 a week. But yeah, I'm wrongfully banned from there and on a do not rent list for the rest of my life, and can't get any closure or explain myself. Excuse me. Now I try to call around motels that's $400 a week, and they will always tell me that they're full, or that there are no rooms available. So they tried to tell me last night that there were pretty much no rooms available, or they made it like it was hard to try to fit me into a room yesterday and today. but thankfully I got in. But I don't even know when Jazz Fest is supposed to be exactly. Um, but yeah, that would affect hotel prices and everything too. And then July is coming up the Essence Festival. But for Mardi Gras, that in-town suites with under $400 for a week, I got lucky. But then that fake Shanice perp ruined everything. I didn't even commit a crime. I just try to film and record and expose her face as a gang stalker, because she would have an attitude and play psychological games and overcharge me every day. And so now she got away with lying, and now I'm undeservingly on the do not rent list. That could have been like, I could have had it made with paying $400 a week for in-town suites and working at Piccadilly. Even though Piccadilly would have been like $500 or $600 every 2 weeks. And I'm like, damn, there's still not enough. That plus the Social Security and SSI combined is still not enough. And I got a bachelor's degree, and it seems like the jobs I end up being able to get is like not far from minimum wage, because they keep the target to be forced to have to pay more than everybody else with everything. They make everything more expensive for the target, but then they keep our money so tight and won't allow us to make decent money. So don't listen to any gang stalker that's gonna tell y'all don't help Candy because she wants to be in this predicament. No, y'all gang stalkers want me in this predicament. And y'all would brag about me being homeless in downtown Pensacola, begging for the rest of my life, when I would try to advance on my own and try to get my own jobs and housing opportunities, and y'all sabotage each and every opportunity. As I said, I didn't even tell anybody, well, I'm about to get, like, not online. I didn't say, well, I'm about to get a job at the airport. But the online stalkers sabotaged the airport job the day before I was supposed to start, because they contacted the airport and lied on me. And then that fake Reed guy was not even trying to hear anything I had to say. So with me seeing the biological nephew Raymond, and then being abused by drunk lady Yvonne, by her sadistically forcing me to stay out in the cold, and then an exact week later, after seeing Raymond, if that's not Monica, then I guess it must have been a doppelganger. If my twin sister saying that Monica swore up and down pretty much that it wasn't her. Monica hates me and will not talk to me because my twin sister lied on me. And Monica has that vigilante hate towards me for nothing. My own biological niece. But they're all abusive, narcissistic gang stalkers themselves, Imagine hating your own aunt behind a lie, or hating your own niece, or your own daughter, your own sister, your own twin behind lies. And I'm not ignoring shit. I'm going to document every fucking thing that I'm going through. Online perps being like, this is not a threat, this is a promise, or this is not a threat, it's a warning. And they're bragging about having me dead, or they're bragging about having me institutionalized or jailed, telling me that I will not live through 2024. Because y'all don't value my life. So now, I'm going to have an even harder time trying to get a job because of a fake criminal record behind gang stalking pranks and lies from devil worshippers. So this fake Gretna judge is gonna end up going to hell for being an unmerciful judge if you're locking up innocent people and won't allow such a case to be dismissed. That the gang stalking network is coercing me to be homeless. Both online and in-person gang stalkers. Because they know that if somebody's homeless on the streets and they disappear, with the sex trafficking that y'all are participating in, for people to disappear, and the online stalkers have been plotting and planning this a way to get me wrongfully arrested. They've been plotting and planning for a long time. Because even Starbricker tried to say that she hadn't, like a few months ago, she said she hadn't heard from me for like over a day or so, and she was looking for me, and then she was bragging about how she looked up New Orleans jail, and that she saw Peter Grand Prix, and that she said her heart skipped a beat, and she was about to rejoice, hoping that Candy went to jail. These sexually perverted criminal gang stalkers that's committing all kinds of internet crimes, intentional and malicious. And now they're trying to make it like, oh yeah, they're conspiring to have a way to have me wrongfully arrested for panhandling. So I heard that with me being homeless and suffering, this undeserved jail and all that, if I would have had a place to live, then y'all, if any homeless person had a place to live, y'all wouldn't have to worry about trespassing. People a lot of homeless people don't know their rights, or some homeless people don't know the law. But like after a couple of days ago, I read that what happened to me, that my First Amendment, Fourth Amendment, and Eighth Amendment rights have been violated, and probably more constitutional rights. And I heard that the law of the land is the Constitution. And the satanic New World Order minions, they use the fake Patriot Act. How ironic, huh? That Patriot Act is anything other than patriotic. They use the fake Patriot Act and 9/11 as justification for advancing the New World Order and doing away with the Constitution. Then people accept the Constitution being thrown away rather than fighting to defend it. But I heard that America was built upon Freemasonry. and unconstitutional. And people say that George Washington was not the first U.S. president, but they said that he was the first U.S. president under the Constitution or something. And I heard that the real first president was actually a black person. I forgot the real president's name. Excuse me. That they, like Michael Jackson said, that it's a conspiracy, and that the history books are all lies. So they're forcing everything to be more expensive for me while blocking me from opportunities for jobs and housing. And if you got a criminal record, you're out of the question for jobs and housing. While you harass me and tell me I need to go to get a job, but you just fucked up my opportunity for job opportunities because you lied on me and thought it was funny to make a fake criminal record for me. And now you making up fake emails at 4 o'clock in the morning with fake emails at 4 o'clock in the morning for excuse me, 4 o'clock in the morning, fake emails of lawsuits for stuff that doesn't even exist. Like my twin sister fell for the fake Darnell Williams perps lies. Either that or she played right along with him. That he made up a lie saying that I conspired to be part of Soulja Slim's death when I had nothing to do with or didn't even know about that. Or that I know something or have inside knowledge and I don't even know about Soulja Slim's death. I didn't find out till years later that Soulja Slim was a Hollywood, industry blood sacrifice, just like Magnolia Shorty and certain other people, So Magnolia Shorty was a blood sacrifice. And I heard that she was like an MK Ultra mind control sex slave. Why you think she had the song Monkey on the Dick or whatever, So I heard that Birdman was her MK Ultra handler, just like he was the same for Lil Wayne. And like you could sign a satanic contract selling your soul and then die that same night. Get murdered or die that same night. And don't even get to live to reap the benefits of selling out sometimes. Maybe they sell out and then back out on the deal and then get killed. Like what happened with Messi Maya and the rapper Dollar that's supposedly from Atlanta. The rapper Dollar signed that Hollywood music industry deal. He had a couple of mixtapes and he signed that deal. And then he got shot and killed broad daylight 3-something in the afternoon at LAX. I think it was the year 2009 or 2010 that Dollar got shot and killed in LA. Right, he was trying to sign with Akon. Excuse me. And he has some dark music. Like songs like Bedroom Bully and Sex Slave and stuff like that, So Dollar, I think, was under MK Ultra as well. And they rap about brutal sex. Brutal and cruel sex. Very sadistic. I hate anything sadism related. Sadism, BDSM, I can't stand it. And even the music group Pretty Ricky had a song called Bedroom Beast. Or certain artists would make lyrics or songs called talking about beat it out the frame. Sex is not supposed to be violent. You know, excuse me, I don't want anything associated with the devil. Try my best to avoid, Yeah, I don't think I could handle the dark side. And people think that serving the devil makes them tougher and stronger, or feel like it's something that they can handle the torture and abuse. And they think it makes them tougher to be humiliated. Excuse me. I still got a little mucus in my throat. So I got something held over my head and I'm in suspense of what's going to happen next. I mean, I don't even know if I should just go back to trying to look for, trying to go looking for jobs. Just to be mobbed off again. And then people were saying that the cops that did what they did to me with the arrest, that was false imprisonment, what they did to me. That it was false imprisonment, what they did to me. Excuse me. And they, it's like, if it's an unintentional mistake in the first offense, why are they so unmerciful towards me? And even the fake public offender is telling me that I will not win. That if I try to take this to trial, that I will not win. Because y'all being corrupt and cheating. But the online stalkers are betting and promising for me to be, wrongfully punished with more jail time. Y'all criminalize homelessness. And you criminalize anybody that's helping the homeless. And a lot of homeless people are forced homeless because of the targeting. But a lot of professed targets, they be homeless living in their vehicles. But I don't even have a car. And the online stalkers, the fake Darnell Williams perp, he sabotaged me trying to seek help with getting a vehicle to live in. Excuse me. So my life is over because gang stalkers playing with my life and talking about that I should make the right. Yeah, the fake Aquarian Doris perp talking about making the right decision and joining the kingdom of darkness and free food and hotel rooms for a year. That's a cheap, shitty deal. And then fake Aquarian Doris perp talking about people catching on to my bullshit or catching on to my lies when I'm actually telling the truth and y'all living nothing but lies. I mean, you part of the kingdom of darkness, what truth are you ever telling? If Satan is your father and he's the father of lies. So You know, it's a freaking gang stalking setup. That because of those boys did what she did, oh, she made sure to pull this shit off right around a full moon. And my twin sisters conspiring and working with the online stalkers. And the online stalkers are not shy about the witchcraft that they've been putting on me. You know, I've been trying to pray and read the Bible and, you know, trying to fight against sin and everything. Even though none of us are perfect, but we be trying, you know. So it seemed like my life is over. They criminalize, they look for some crime to falsely accuse me of. What, my ebooks, my short stories, my writings. The online stalkers who commit and brag about their internet crimes, they act like as if they're hunting for and looking and searching for an excuse or an opportunity to criminalize me. You know, and y'all would rather listen to the satanic sex trafficking stalkers rather than my true testimony of what my suffering and what my persecution and what I'm going through. So let me get off of here. I'm gonna ask again, like, so y'all sabotage my jobs and housing behind a fake jail charge? Fake criminal charge? Well, I'm gonna have to be asking for more hotel room and more food and whatever else, because you sabotage my opportunity to work for myself.